This could distract me for hours. So I'm off to Home Depot to try this curbside pickup. Got my parts there. I got a ping this morning. Should have 2 pulleys and a couple belts. So I'm going to go check this out. So this will be interesting, but I was kind of anxious to get out. Brought my mask my sister made. So I'm going to wear that. I'm going to pop the trunk, put my ID in the trunk so they can stay well away from me, feel safe. Lots of pretty neat stuff. So, boy, a lot of crashes in the highway. Saw a Jersey barrier pushed in. Saw a, boy, what are people doing? Driving like maniacs. Stay at home, people, unless you're me. All right, well, I'm waiting. Made a call. Waiting here in stall 6. A bunch of other people doing it. The person next to me is wearing a mask as well. So I popped my trunk. See how that works. I'm just going to lay the ID in the trunk if they need to check that. This should be a smooth operation. There's a surprising number of people here. And then there's a guy next door to me that's fast asleep with his head leaning against the window. Oh, I'd show you a picture of it, but I'm not gonna. Hey, yeah, that went pretty well. Just got my stuff, popped the trunk. They wanted me to open it to verify that it was the right contents. Looks right to me. So now I'm going back home. Here we are back from the store. Everything looks good. Gonna go unpack my stuff. I bought this a couple years ago. It's great, super sturdy. It's just really hard to work this. You're turning the crank, and it is hard work. Not impossible, and it's a good workout, but I wanted to motorize it. So that's what I'm working on now is a motorization solution for this. So what I've got is I've got a 1/3 horsepower motor that I've been dragging around forever. I think I moved with this thing twice. It's time I use it for something. So it works great, and it's got 2 different windings. So you can run it at 1700 RPM or I think 1140. So it's got options. The problem is it's way too fast for this mill. The mill you want to run probably 50 to 60 RPM. And part of that running it at 50 to 60 RPM is it doesn't heat the wheat up as you grind it, and that's one thing. Is you could run this faster, but it would create a lot of heat and probably cook your wheat. So you don't want to do that. So I picked up a couple belts. I don't know if I have the right sizes yet, but these are also Home Depot specials. I grabbed an 11-inch wheel that I'm going to put actually on the mill itself. These are evaporative cooler wheels. Pretty cheap. It's probably the cheapest way to get these. I think this was something like 14 or 15 bucks, under 20, all list prices. It's nothing fancy. I don't know if it spins true yet. That'll be interesting. And then I got this other one, which is a little bit smaller. This is going to be for my reduction idler pulley. So I got that, and I've got this sheave which goes on the motor, and then I've got a couple 3/4 inch bore wheels that I'm going to use for something I don't know yet. It's got quite a ring to it. Arg. Get a better Allen wrench. Arg. This doesn't work either. Listen to this though. Makes a good mallet. Let's try this one. Ooh, this one has a nice ring too. Let's see. Okay, here. Multiple fingers. Okay, this one on my thumb, and this one on my pinky. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now we got it. Who knew that Home Depot sold musical instruments? Okay, this could distract me for hours. That's the one box you're looking for. Well, here it is. And of course, it's housing the one wrench I've been looking for the last 3 months. Okay, so I think the one I need is, what is that? Is that a 4? Okay, there it is. This one works. Alright, it's perfect because I can even get it right down in there. It's alright, I'm not on autofocus. There you can see. Just need to get it. Oh, no. Right down in there. And then gently. Oops, slip back a little bit. We don't want that. Let's move this whole thing. Now, the one thing I don't have is I don't have a spanner to be able to take. See that washer in there? I don't know if you can see that, but there's a, I don't know what that's called, but it's a snap ring, I think, or some sort of thing that is in the way. I can't quite move this in as far as I need to. Okay, there we go. So at least it's tight up against that, but you can see it still has quite a bit of axle, that shaft that could probably go through this a little bit. Plus, I'm not even sure if I have this on the right way. I may want this to be on the outside, but at least we'll see if it fits. It seems to fit. I can get this tight, which is good. Not sure how much pressure is required there, but okay, there we go. And you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. So again, I've got the motor, which I'll need to drive. Got a belt, got actually 2 belts that hopefully are the right size. If not, I might need to get more of these. These are not expensive, which is good. And then, again, as I mentioned, what I need is 2 pillow block bearings. So this will, the motor, which again is spinning at 1140 RPM, which I think is right. I need to reduce it down to the mill so that I'm turning the mill at like 40 to 60, preferably 50-ish or so for RPM, which is about what you turn it by hand at, and I think that's going to be fine. It won't heat the flour that much, and it should maintain the burr life, and it shouldn't tweak the system too much. So that's what I'm going to work on next. So again, pillow block bearings to hold the shaft. I've got wheels for that shaft here. I've got one more sheave on the way, and then I've got, I need to find the shaft. I might use a solid piece of rod, or I might use a tube, depending on whatever's cheapest. So I'm stuck now until I get those parts.